Hello and welcome. I hope you are all well and having a great week. Today I'm going to do another pocket letter video because I'm really enjoying making them now that I've started. I'm going to make some inky backgrounds because I just fancied having an inky play really. So there's a few techniques I'm going to be doing, and I thought I would just film it and pop it up in case anybody else wanted to have a go. They're all pretty straightforward, quite good fun to do. Not sure they're all going to work, but we're going to have a go. So the first one I'm going to do is really messy, but it's going to be so much fun. I'm using my Wilko metallic paint that I got just before Christmas. I'm going to use some of this Duke from the works. I have done this on a card before and I loved the results, so I thought I would try it on a pocket letter as well. So I've put my ink on the tray, and all I'm going to do is get really messy and really hope that the baby doesn't decide now is a great time to wake up, because I don't really fancy turning my baby metallic pink or her clothes. How much fun is this? This reminds me of when you were younger and you used to go on the painting table, play group or whatever. Look at that. Right. Now this technique should do 2 of these. So I'm going to put those there. I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second and mop this excess up with the baby wipe, because I'm going to bring the next stage in and I don't want it getting inky. I might have used a bit too much ink there, but you know, better to be safe than sorry. I'd rather put too much down and wipe it away than not enough. There we go. No, it's all in my nails now. Oh well. So I'm going to bring in, this is just A4 paper that I folded over. This is what we're going to be getting, and this is the paper I use for this technique. So I'm going to put the paper there, and then all I'm going to do is make an S on this bottom one, or a little curly shape, or anything really. That will do. I'm going to put this one on top of it, like that, and I'm going to shut these over the top, and I'm going to leave the string hanging out the bottom. Just going to clean my hands up a second. Right, I could only find one heavy book fast, and I don't want it getting really inky, which is why I'm cleaning as I go. But the one I found was one that I read last year, funnily enough. So any heavy book will do, as long as it's heavy. I'm going to put the paper in, close the book, and then all I'm going to do is try and do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. I've got the string here, and I'm literally just going to pull the string out. There we go. Just pop that up there. Now if I open the book, oops, there's a tiny bit of ink on the page. Let's just get that off quick. Right, I don't need that book anymore. If I open this up and find the middle where I had my card, Okay. Right. Look how pretty. Isn't that a lovely little background for a pocket letter? I really like how that's come out. That's so pretty. Right, so I'm just going to leave those to dry now. And I'm not actually going to do anything else to those because I think they're pretty enough as they are. Next technique I'm going to do is stenciling. So I've pulled 2 different stencils from my stash. This one is from Paper Craft Society. I can't remember what box number it was, but it's the Bright Rosa box. And then this one is just some swirls. I can't remember where I got it from, might have been Amazon. So I'm going to do a couple of different things with these. I'm just going to grab some tape in a second. So I found that this works really well for holding down my stencils. It's just like masking tape. I used to use washi, but it used to move a lot. So I've recently trialed this and it worked really well. So that's what I'm using today. One of my lights, it's really annoying, one of my lights where I'm working has broken and my husband's in Manchester on business. I'm too short to reach to fix it myself, so it's really irritating me. So hopefully he won't be too late home and he'll be able to fix it. Okay. Right, for this stencil I'm going to use the really metallic orange. I really like this colour, it's really pretty. I'm going to grab a sponge. Just going to put another layer down. I think the great thing about crafting is you don't always need all the tools that all the like big name brands use. You can find stuff around your house to do what you want to do. This is just actually a sponge I got for a different type of paint a couple of years ago for something I was trying to do on buckets, bizarrely. I was crafting on buckets. But it works really well, so I just keep using it now. But it wasn't expensive, and a lot of my storage is stuff from around the house. Like I use the SMA milk tins for stuff, the Ariel, you know, washing tab stuff. I use those for storage. Look how pretty that colour is. I absolutely love it. And I don't know now whether to leave that as it is or whether I should just go over the top like I was going to. I might still go over the top because I was going to do a different pattern. Yeah, okay. I'm going to dry this off with the heat tool and then I'll be back. I've dried it off with the heat tool a bit, and I'm just going to bring this other pattern in a different colour just over the top. Just trying to decide what colour to go with. I might try grey. This looks like a nice gunmetal grey. So we'll try this. We'll see what happens. But let's turn it upside down on its head. I've just grabbed this hunky-dory one out of my stash because I've decided I want to use the ink splodge, so I'm just going to use that over the top now. I've just dried the grey layer off with the heat tool again, And I'm going to go in with the splodge now, just because it's just something a little bit different. I think it will cover the area I want to cover better than the dots did. I haven't used that for a while and I forgot that they don't cover as well as they look like they do, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to go in with blue this time. This is a really lovely blue. Let's lay this down. Love that noise when it like comes out. Great noise. Is that dry? Nope. Wow, look how much that actually retains. That's crazy. Just wondering if I've got anything else I can lay the colour down with, but I don't think I do. I'm gonna have to try and like double this over really, I think. Wipe the worst off. Okay, here we go. Let's try the blue. These little paints were a great buy in Wilko's just before Christmas. I don't think they were dear, and they're really versatile. Well, I think they are anyway. If they last long enough, I wouldn't have an issue with Philippa like playing with them and trying messy play with them. I think they're actually designed for kids, so it says a lot about me really, doesn't it? But there you go. Right, I want to get some texture paste actually at some point. It's one of the things on my ever-growing list of things to try list. But I would like to try texture paste. I did look at videos on how to make it yourself, but I didn't have like every single ingredient, and I just thought, you know, if I'm gonna buy ingredients to make the stuff, I might as well just buy the blooming texture paste. But obviously I'm on the no spend kick, and I just think, you know, if you bought everything you wanted as soon as you wanted it, you wouldn't appreciate it when you did finally get it, if that makes sense. So I'm being good, and I'm not buying it for now, but I will at some point. But that's not the kind of thing I like to ask for presents. If I'm asking for stuff, I normally will ask for a tool, because then I can like keep it forever. And I mean, if you're a regular to the channel, you'll know what a hoarder of paper pads I am. Excuse me. So can you imagine what I'd be like if I had been given something? Don't put that down there, Kate. If I'd been given something as a present like texture paste and it was running out soon, I would just not use it, would I? I'd be like, no, that was my present, I'm not using that. So yeah, won't be asking for texture paste for presents. I can't believe I've not tried these pocket letters before. They're so much fun. I want to just keep going with these pocket letters because I think they're quite good fun. I think that needs something else. Let's dry it off with the heat tool and then have another think. What I think I'm going to do is come in with a lighter grey, and I'm going to use the circles from this flower, and I'm just going to try and go sort of in the middle. So let's see what this is like when it's done. Let's put that there. This sponge is literally getting so covered in ink. It's seeping out on my hands as I go. But you know what? It's not inky, messy fun for nothing. And getting inky is half the fun. Now I have kind of partially gone off on that little leaf thing there, but I'm not actually that worried. I think I might just go up there as well, just to see. I'm going to do it on this one as well. But that's all I'm going to do. Right, let's take that off and see. I look like a robot. Look, I look like I'm turning into the Tin Man or something. Oh, how cool is that? I like that. I am happy with how that is turning out. But remember, these are only backgrounds, so obviously when I turn them into a pocket letter, they're going to have stuff all over the top, so it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. And do you know what I do? I keep these because when all the colours are like dry, that could be turned into like a layer or something. That might just be me, but I like to keep these kind of things. Right, that is that one. I'm going to leave that one like that, and I'm going to put it to dry now. Yeah, the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to use this mandala. I think I'm pronouncing it right. This was with a magazine, but look how perfectly that fits over the top of the pocket letter piece. So I think I'm just going to do some ink blending on this, to be honest. I'm not going to do anything like amazingly out of the box. I'm just going to make it pretty with different colours. But I think that'll be a really pretty background, so this is one of the smallest brushes I've got. I have got slightly smaller, but I think for this size that will be fine. I'm going to try and use pastel shades because I just think they'll look really nice together. I'm going to go Shaded Lilac, Sponge Sugar, maybe a bit of Victorian Velvet, I think that might be it actually. Maybe I'll just go with those. I think Wild Honey comes out quite light, but I think I might actually just stick with these ones. I've done a really bright one of these before, but on a card, so I'll be interested to see how this comes out on the pocket letter. And I don't know who first discovered that these brushes are so great for ink blending, but I could literally kiss them. I was always terrible with the foam spongy things. I always had really harsh lines. I couldn't get a good blend. Didn't seem to matter what I did. In the end, I kind of could do it, but I'd get always somewhere you'd see where I'd put the dauber thing down. It was really, really frustrating. So as soon as I heard about these brushes last year, I thought I'm going to try those. And they are brilliant. I love them. Do you know, sometimes when I watch my videos back, and you might be like, Kate, what are you talking about? So please do correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes I've noticed, or I think I've noticed, that when I say I'm really happy about something, or I'm really excited about something, and my voice is actually like completely the opposite of what I'm saying. So I'll be thinking, oh, I'm so excited, but my voice is saying I'm so excited. Does that make sense? And I hope I'm not like really monotone and boring, because I do worry that I'm coming across as really boring and really not interesting, because I love what I do and I just want to share with other people and maybe give some inspiration here and there. I don't know. So I hope. Have I done that one? Did I start with spun sugar? Don't think I've done this one. Yeah, so I hope I'm not like really boring and like, yeah, I know what I'm trying to say. That's going to look so pretty, those two together. I can already see that. I love it. I love it. Look at it. There goes a box, falling on the floor. Right, sorry if you got a bit dizzy there. I forgot you're on a arm on the table and it's wobbling around like crazy. Right, let's see this. Oh, look! That's subtle, but it's really pretty. I like that one. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm happy with how that's come out. That can go in the dump. I might do another one. But brighter. Right, we are doing another one. And we are going to go bright. So, let's go. I love peacock feathers. So we go with peacock feathers. Let's find some more brights. Let's go warm lipstick. Looks really nice. Let's get that one out. Let's go wilted violet. God, these are probably all going to clash so badly, but I'm just grabbing brights. And do you know what? Let's give a spiced marmalade a go as well. So let's go for 4. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I need to get some more stencils. I definitely need to get some more stencils. I have very limited range, so, and I'm really enjoying this actually. And I thought this was going to be like a really quick 2-second, okay, there you go, but I'm loving this bit. So let's go peacock feathers first. And then I think we'll go into wilted violet next. There's just something magical about playing with ink. I think it's one of my favourite things to do. definitely one of my favourite things to do. It's really relaxing, quite therapeutic. You get really pretty results, and a lot of the time it takes seconds like this and it looks really impressive. Which we're going now. Let's go Ward lipstick. Yeah. Oh, that's going to look really pretty. And you know what I love? I love when people really appreciate what you've done. And like not crafters as well, like regular friends or people you know, whatever. I love when they're like blown away by something you've created. It's a really lovely feeling. I'm just going to put a little bit of the spice marmalade just in the corner. I don't want loads. Oh, I think we're really going to like this one. Right, let's have a look. Oh, look! I really like that. That's so pretty. Where's the other one gone? We have two very different ones, same design. I actually think this is my favourite. I like the brighter colours the best, but they're both really pretty. Right, better not sit doing that all night, much as I'd like to. The next one I'm going to do, I'm still going to play with these inks. I've brought in a spray bottle, and this is a really nice little technique to do. I did this the other week for the first time. I actually did it on a card, and I was really happy with the results I got. So I think it's going to look really, really nice as a pocket letter background. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm loving these bright colours. And I really love playing with the distress inks. I don't have the, is it the oxides? And I don't have the really big pads either. I only have the small ones. So you can see I've just stamped a few of the colours. I'm just going to spritz it with water. I'm sure you've done this yourself, but I love this technique. Put it on the back. I've got some other inks I'll show you in a minute. I got them in a thrift store actually in LA, and I got such a good deal. But I think distress inks are my favourite to play with. Okay, that's not a bad start. I just want to stop it going too green. Let's wipe this off. I'm just going to dry it with the ink tool, and I'll be back. I'm just going to pick out certain colours now to go in with. So I think the first one I'm going to do is the pink. Just dilute it down quite well. Just want it in like certain areas really. In between each of these, I'm going to dry it with the heat tool, so just to let you know. I love how when you do this kind of technique, if the card bows while you're drying it, as long as you reshape it while it's still warm, I love how you can lose the warp, if that makes sense. I just want a bit more of the pink in there, but I'm not going to dilute it down this time. I'm just going to try and pick it up a little bit. Just on the... just by dabbing, really. Right. This isn't gonna be like a focal point, so I'm not gonna spend loads of time trying to get like the perfect coverage. But what I'm gonna do now, just lift some of it with the water. I'm trying to get that mottled effect that you can get. It's starting to come. But this is going to be covered over, obviously, because it's just a background, so it doesn't need to be like 100% perfect, it just needs to be pretty. Which I think that's quite pretty. This is one I did first, but I had technical difficulties and I didn't realise it hadn't recorded, so I'm happier with that one. And I did the same kind of thing. It's just typical when you re-record, it doesn't quite go to plan. But I think they're pretty. I think they'll make nice backgrounds. I'd probably use that one first and keep that one as a reserve, or I don't know, use it as a matte and layer, or die cut from it maybe. But yeah, that's 2 more done. And the next technique, I'm going to put these away because we're not going to need them anymore. Right, for this next one, this might well be the last one. Need an embossing folder, a brayer and some inks. So I'm using my bargain Stampin' Up! Inks. I got these in the States. They were all in a basket, in a cabinet. It's not just Stampin' Up! Inks, but majority of Stampin' Up! Inks. And yeah, the guy did me a deal on them all. I gave the basket to my friend who I was shopping with, and I brought the inks home. So I'm just going to get some ink on the brayer, and then I will run this across my embossing folder. And I want to try and get a really good layer. Now I know on these inks that the really inky one is a purple one, and it's like proper juicy, but I really don't want purple butterflies, so I thought I would try this one and see if it works. Now I've tried this technique quite a few times and I have had varied results, and this is a technique I've seen various different YouTube videos for, and it always works perfectly for the other people. For some reason when I do it, I do get really mixed results, and it all depends for some reason on what embossing folder I'm using. I've got a holly one which it works brilliantly on. I'm not ready to commit to Christmas in February, and I'm sure you guys are all Christmased out, so I think we'll just wait a while on that. Right, I think that's quite a good layer. So I'm going to put my card in there, and I'll just grab my Big Shot. Just wipe that ink. Right, I'll just grab the Big Shot. And I'm going to run this through on the normal sandwich for embossing. Sorry for the wobbles, really sorry. Right, now let's hope this has worked. That's the deboss side, that's the emboss side. So sort of worked. Right, let's get rid of the Big Shot for a second. And now, if I clean this off, don't want it staining really. Now I'm going to bring this peachy one in and hope this works. Just want to make sure that there is no blue on there. Right, now what you're supposed to be able to do is re-ink your brayer and then go over the top of the image. It's sort of working. And then the blue stays blue. It's kind of like a resist, like when you do resist stamping. So that's kind of what it's doing. It's like resist inking. You kind of get the gist. It's not a bad little technique. It'll do for like a background. Could have got better coverage on the blue. We'll do another one in a second, I think. But it's not a bad little technique. It's quite pretty. It's just something different way to play. Yes, you could have probably ink blended the background. Let's try that. Let's try put that to one side. Let's see what happens if we lay down ink blending first and then come in with the braid embossing folder. Let's try that. Just for something a bit different on this last one. So I'm going to bring the distress inks back in for this bit because I love them. Right, let's get peacock feathers back out and let's get broken china, I think. No, that's too samey, isn't it? Let's go abandoned coral, just because we didn't use that last time. And we didn't use seedless preserves, did we? We used watered violet. So let's use these. Let's lay down some ink first and then we'll try that technique differently. We will try it just by brayering the folder and coming over the top of the ink blending. We'll see if we get a similar result. I've not done this before. This just came to me while I was taking that last folder out, really, and going over the top. So we'll see what happens. It might not work. It might work better. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We'll give it a go though. You don't try, you don't know. I think I'm going to make that into a proper big sign, you know, because I like that. If you don't try, you don't know. I wonder who said that first. It's a great saying. I remember when I was in one of my old jobs, and we used to say to people, there is no try, and you do. Obviously, Star Wars. And then, oh, do you know what I used to love? The call centre and that Nev guy. He used to crack me up. He was, oh, that was a bit violent, wasn't it? Oh, well, blend it, blend it, blend it. Yeah, he used to crack me up. But again, he had some great sayings like, some will, some won't, so what next? Actually, I did quite like that. Maybe just bring some of the purple up round here as well. Looks a bit night skyish, actually. I think. Bit, what's the word? Outer spacey? That's not the word I want. You know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. Alright, I'm going to leave that like it is. I like that. Now, let's put these away. I'm going to come in with a red this time, I think. I'm just going to quickly clean the blue off of the folder. We should have done that when I first finished, but never mind. And I'm just going to make sure there's none of that pink left on my brayer. I love this little brayer. It's so diddy. I've only got one. I bought this from Craft Stash last year, year before. But it's so cute. And it just sits in my pot. Easy to get hold of. Right. Let's dry this off, because otherwise I can see this being a complete and utter fail before we've even started. Righty ho, let's see what happens this time. This is quite a juicy ink, I think. Looking at the lid, I would say it's quite juicy. Look at that. It's kind of like a purpley red. Sure, I'll be told by someone I'm doing this a bit wrong and I shouldn't be dragging back and forth maybe, but oh well. Just trying to lay my colour down. Okay. Wow, look how pretty. I'm so chuffed with that one. I actually like that one better. That will make a lovely background. Right, so that is 9 backgrounds for pocket letters now done. I think my favourite ones, probably these 2. I do quite like those 2, and I like that one. These, they're pretty cool and they're all right, but I think really those 2 are probably my favourite out of all of them. So I hope you have liked my video. If you are a current subscriber, thank you so much for coming back today. I hope you will maybe try some of these yourself. I hope if you do pocket letters, this has given you something slightly different to think about. And if you're new, welcome. I do all kinds of videos, card making, now pocket letters. I've started scrapbooking, so there's always something a bit different going on. If you have enjoyed the video, please do subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell so you get updated every time I upload. And if you've really liked the video, guys, please do give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate every comment you leave, every thumbs up I get. So yeah, let's keep going. I'll be back soon with some different videos and some more videos, but for today, that's all for now. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye for now.